This is the München Nurnberg Express, one of Germany's fastest regional trains running on the high-speed line at speeds of up to 190 km per hour. Using 6 specifically designed for this service push-pull trains from Škoda, they have been far from great, plagued with delays, technical issues so bad that it has been decided to pull them out of service after less than 10 years. So join me as we check out what these trains are like before their retirement in just a few years. Our journey begins at Nürnberg Hauptbahnhof in Germany's 14th largest city. The station can easily be reached by the city's public transport, with trams and buses stopping directly in front of the station. And below ground, you'll find the fully automatic Nürnberg U-Bahn. But time for us to head inside this lovely station building dating back to the early 1900s. The station consists of multiple levels with plenty of shops, restaurant and other station facilities. One of my favorite features has to be this cool mosaic, which is found right by the busy main entrance. As I was quite early for my train, it was yet to be shown on the departure board. However, checking the pretty good Deutsche Bahn app, I could see that our train would be leaving from platform number 12. All platforms are accessed via an underpass a little to the left of the main departure board. And after a good bit of walking, we take the exit up towards platform number 12. However, it looks like our train hasn't arrived quite yet, so instead, let's check out some of the other trains that serve the station here. As a large city, the station is home to multiple regional and S-Bahn lines, as well as being an important junction station for Germany's high-speed ICE trains, with frequent service to all corners of the country. But we are of course catching something in between. Here comes our almost high-speed regional train, inbound from München Hauptbahnhof. These fixed formation 6-car push-pull double-decker trains entered service after lots of delays in 2020. Built by Czech train manufacturer Škoda, these BR102 locomotive and carriages are allowed to run at speeds of up to 190 km per hour. And as we'll soon be departing, let's head on board. I'm traveling in first class today, which can be found both at the front and rear of the train. Today I'm sitting in the rear, which is the control car. And I would recommend sitting here if you have a first class ticket, as you can sit on the upper deck. There are no seat reservations on board the regional trains here, so you can just sit wherever you'd like. You'll also find a small first class segment at the front of the train, with only 12 seats. And at 11:18, our train begins its journey towards München Hauptbahnhof. The high-speed line towards Ingolstadt and München begins just a few minutes south of Nürnberg. And just like that, we have already reached our maximum speed of 190 km per hour. So why don't we take a look at the route map for today's journey? We are catching the RE1 service from Nürnberg Hauptbahnhof, stopping at Allersberg, Kinding, Ingolstadt Nord, Ingolstadt Hauptbahnhof, Baar, Ebenhausen, Rohrbach, Pfaffenhofen, Reichertshausen, Peindorf, Peterhausen and München Hauptbahnhof. This is a distance of 170 kilometers, scheduled to take 1 hour and 49 minutes, giving the train an average speed of 94 kilometers per hour. And as we're now speeding along, let's take a closer look at the seat you'll be traveling in up here in first class. Most seats come with a nice big table, excellent for working on, and super sturdy. There's a small bin as well. The seat base is very comfortable, especially considering these trains only really work up to 2-hour journeys. However, a disadvantage of double-decker trains is that there's not really any space for luggage on the overhead racks. They're basically the size of a hand and you can barely even fit a backpack up here. However, there is one luggage rack. And under the seat, there's also some space for a backpack. It's also here you can find the power outlet. There's one for every seat. A small bit of recline is also offered, thanks to the seat base sliding forward. And just like that, we are already approaching our first station stop, Allersberg. All the regional stations on the high-speed line are fairly basic and designed to let ICE trains overtake these regional trains. However, ICE trains can only overtake when your regional train doesn't come to a complete stop on the line in the middle of nowhere, which happened just a few moments later. I thought it might have been because our train had broken down, which wouldn't have been an uncommon occurrence with the history of these trains, but actually the DB app revealed that it was instead the infrastructure ahead that had failed. And after sitting still for about 20 minutes, we were finally on the move again, slowly making our way towards Kinding station, where we arrived with a delay of about 20 minutes. And after letting that ICE train pass us, we can finally get on the move again and try to make up some of the delay. And while we're on the move again, let's have a look at the rest of the train. Heading downstairs to the doors, you'll find some maps showcasing the various lines between München and Nürnberg, as well as all the railway lines in Bayern. The train was super busy in second class today, with basically every seat being taken. And the accessible toilet was out of order, which is not a good look. Continuing on to the next carriages, you will find more standard class seating in a 2+2 layout. And as I passed through the train, I found even more broken toilets. And after walking through the entire train, I managed to find one working toilet. So pew, we can still do a toilet review. The flush is working and the toilet is somewhat clean, I guess. There was still toilet paper. And the soap was working, as well as the water. So, I'm guessing this is passable. On the way back to my seat, I found this empty bay of standard class seats. They are also perfectly comfortable for the 2-hour journey down to München, and come with this nice headrest. There's also power outlets here, one for every seat, and a nice big sturdy table. There isn't really much reason to pay for first class unless you want to be sure to have a seat, or if you're like me traveling on a first class Interrail pass, then you can just sit here without any reservations. And soon enough our train approaches Ingolstadt, which is the end of the 300 km/h high-speed line from Nürnberg. We make a brief stop at Ingolstadt Nord before we arrive into the city's main station. From here on, the line speed drops to mostly vary between 200 and 160 km/h for the rest of the way towards München. And as we pull into Pfaffenhofen station to let another ICE train overtake us, let me tell you about the troublesome history with these trains. The trains were specifically ordered for this line to enter service in 2016, but thanks to delay in construction and poor reliability in their performance test, DB Regio refused to take delivery of these trains until 2020. From here on, the issues only continued with their poor reliability, mass cancellations and delays to follow on this line ever since. The issue has gotten so bad in the new tender for the operating contract on this line, it has been specifically designed with requirements that makes it impossible for these trains to be used on the new operating contract. So it's very likely that these trains will be gone from the German railway network within the next 5 years. And now, as we depart Pfaffenhofen, it's time to see how much of the delay we can make up before arriving into München. And as we approach München Hauptbahnhof, it's time to talk about tickets. In second class, it's a fixed price of 26 euros one way or 42 euros in first class. I don't think the first class value is there, so I would only go for first on board this train if you got some sort of rail pass like an Interrail pass or connecting ticket onto a longer train journey. And here we are. Despite the train's pretty good interior, the reliability of these trains leave a lot to be desired. It's always a bit of a shame to see new trains like this go, but maybe they will have a future life with another operator that don't need to use them as intensively as DB Regio. Thank you so much for joining me on this trip. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, as I try to upload a new one every Sunday. You can also follow me over on Twitter at IntercitySimon. I usually post live from my travels over there, so it's a great place to get a sneak peek at what videos might be coming to the channel in the future. Thanks for watching.